Hello and welcome to Canadian Disc Golf production of
the 2022 Late Autumn Disc Yes Golf and Glorious Activities.
Otherwise known as the L.A.D.Y.G.A.G.A in these parts. I am Chris Brown.
My name is Kevin Sparkman. I was the TD of this event in 2022 and 2019.
It's a 3-year hiatus because of COVID and other non-glorious activities.
Lots of non-glorious activities over the last couple of years.
As you can see, our Instagram handles are not important. Although 10,000 cats. That's a lot of cats.
That's a lot of them.
Look at this beautiful fall day in at Centennial Park.
Beautiful Etobicoke.
Beautiful Etobicoke. Etobicoke. First we have Gavin, big forehand. He's talking at us.
Almost professional baseball player.
Almost professional. Calvin.
The second best Calvin in disc golf. Scan that code to see a surprise.
Oh no. Roorda Fahey.
The sexiest man in disc golf.
I don't know what those were, but it didn't look like money, so...
I'd guess hand oilers. And finally we got Pat Metz. All of the featured card is members of Team L.A.D.G.A.G.A, which is the Centennial team of the GTA Cup.
That's true.
So up here we have hole 1. Hole 1 from the longs is quite a bomb. It goes down 425 feet over the pond, and then the basket's tucked away to the left. It's got stream going by the side of the basket, so there's a lot of OB on the hole. And hole 1 was sponsored by the Toronto Tag Tour, which is Jacob Kennedy.
Go TTT. There is also a Mando on the left, so you do have to eventually throw over water. This is that looked like Pat. I'm sure
that was Pat. Yeah,
that was Pat. Okay,
looks like
so he went first. He's pushing that Mando sign.
Making an attempt to play it safe, but
yeah,
it doesn't always pay off.
So it looks like we're going in reverse order here. Nahan coming up second. This is an absolute rip. 425 feet over water.
I believe this is Calvin.
Was it Calvin? Okay, so the order got a little twisted.
Calvin parks it. Well, he parks the short tee.
There we go. Now we have Nahan.
Team Don B.
Of course. We gotta rep the sponsors. Go Don B, helping us out a lot around here.
I'd like to get a haircut from him one day.
Me too. I missed my opportunity at Provincials a few years ago.
So he's carrying a big Annie, nice and high.
It's gonna be pushing that little creek. Oh,
looks safe.
That's safe for sure. This will be their first throw early in the morning. It's gonna be tough.
It's cold. It's windy. It's the first cold day of the year. We had snow at about 7 a.m.
Oof.
Finally, Gavin.
Oh no.
Will he hit it?
Oh.
Is he good?
Oh.
Maybe not. It could be touching land down there, so it does not appear to be touching land.
That looks very center of that little creek. Very unfortunate. Forehand's not the optimal play on that. On hole 1. I'm sure he was just trying to get it safe and out.
Excellent shot from the OB, though.
He'll save a 4. Oh. Another opportunity where flex forehand. Doesn't really seem like the play, but that's probably all he had.
Worked out okay. Long putt.
Yeah. You see, it's snowing. This is early November, and it's already snowing, so... How lovely.
Calvin playing it nice and safe. L.A.D.Y.G.A.G.A tends to just precede the first snowfall of the year.
Every time. As in both times.
As in both times.
Yeah. Well, maybe next year we'll get lucky and we'll get a full snowstorm.
Nahan playing it safe. Wise move by Pat.
Yeah, just laying it up. Don't need to push on the first hole.
Lots of OB, and then if you go long from where they're coming from, you might end up under a tight bush. Gavin tapping out.
Yeah, we have Patrick also taking a 4, I believe. And then our 2 threes from Nahan and Calvin. The only 2 on the day was Mr. Braden Jones, the lefty himself. It's a hard lefty hole, but he's got a forehand that can rival most righty backhands, so not surprised to see.
So up next we've got hole 2. So hole 2 is a pretty straightforward shot. Plays behind that tree. That tree tends to have a whole bunch of iron leaves, so if you touch anything on it, the disc is almost likely going to come straight down. This hole is sponsored by Rocket Plumbing, which is Justin Murphy's plumbing company based out of Muskoka.
Yes, sir.
Calvin on the tee, looking like he's trusting the disc to finish left.
Wow, I'm surprised he got through that tree right there.
Which it did.
Yeah, lucky to get through that tree, but then just skids past the basket there. Not a bad shot at all. This shot on camera looks so short, but it is 325 low ceiling. It's tough.
You've got to lay one out, and if you end up too left, you will be in the pond.
Mm-hmm. The pond is OB if you had to ask.
Han doing a bit of a nanny.
Interesting, he goes left side of that tree. I don't know if he was intending to, but that worked out. Oh, that's a big rip.
Yep, Pat again trusting the disc to go left, and it looks like it paid off.
That's got to be 15 feet maybe. That should be relatively easy for Pat.
So we got 3 backhands followed by a Gavin flick. Let's see where this ends up.
That person walking out there has got to watch out. Little inside.
Yep.
Long putt.
But downhill.
Looks like Calvin's the farthest out. Looks like just outside the circle. You can see we have white flags marking the circle's edge. Thank you for the Etobicoke Disc Golf Club.
Yep, Hazel was out there putting those up before the event. We had them at the club finals, which was a few weeks before. Ooh, tough halo putt.
Yeah, it's a great putt, good confidence. Just didn't want to drop for him. You see it's a little bit windy out there with all the snow blowing around.
If you look closely behind Nahan, you can see world champion Jane Lenton.
Oof.
This basket is not forgiving today.
Pat here for the 2. Very good.
Pat locks in the only 2.
Low left, the only 2 of the card. That's something on this hole. This is one of the ones you really want to get.
From the longs, this was one of the must gets.
Yeah,
for sure.
The rest of the holes, you're not looking at too many birdies. So if you miss this one, and even, I guess not one, but if you miss this one, then you're really just hoping to par out the rest. So 1-2 on the card and a bunch of 3s.
So we got hole 3 here. So hole 3 is, you got 2 options. You can do a big hyzer around the outside, or you can try to sneak one up on the left, up the middle, but then you risk hitting the trees. If you do go up the middle and dump out left, you do have a pretty open upshot at it, but then you risk OB. And this hole was sponsored by the Toronto Disc Golf Store, which is L.A.D.Y.G.A, based out of Etobicoke.
Always helping out the Etobicoke club.
Pat plays a nice hyzer flip up the middle, setting himself up for a good second shot.
Yeah, this one's hard to access. If you throw straight at it, you can't really... It doesn't really have the airspace to get all the way to the baskets. If you go hyzer, you really are pushing a lot of tree branches in the way.
Oh, Calvin with the big skip, and that's probably the best shot I've seen on that hole in my life.
That one behind the guardian tree at the back too. That is really well done. Sort of looking like they may have had a favorable wind for this, a little bit right to left.
The snow acts as an excellent indicator of wind. Hopefully it stays out all day.
Yes, that would be helpful. Now that we're here, warm.
Yeah. Nahan looks like he should have a good shot from there, but it might be deceitful behind that big pine.
Yeah, that pine gets a lot of people. It gets me a lot, that's for sure. Just always in the way.
And I'm just happy to get that distance. Gavin going nice and high, dead center on the tree.
Couldn't have hit that any more center.
No.
His backhand's come a long way, though. I'm sure if he wanted to, he could have tomahawked over this whole, this whole forest. So
could have tomahawked it to hole 4 basket if he wanted to.
Yeah, I'm sure he could. Oh.
Second tree hit of the hole, unfortunately for Gavin.
That's not going to help you out here on this hole.
You'll notice one of the old tee pads from the old Centennial layout. Pat looks like he got a bit of tree love off that.
That was probably like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was 2016, 2017.
Yeah, that makes sounds about right. I only played the original course a few times before it got changed.
I played it quite often. Hole 1 to 11 and then 19 to 27.
Yeah. Yeah. The definitely came down. Who's that in the background?
That looks like your TD.
Yeah, yeah, he looks nice and warm.
He looks very happy to be there.
Yeah, of course.
And now he's hiding.
Yeah. Be a tree. Calvin with the 2. Wow.
Calvin with a huge 2 on this hole. 2s do not come up often.
He went 15 feet long on this basket with nothing more than a hyzer. Doesn't even look happy about it. Come on, Calvin. You got this.
Calvin's in beast mode.
Yeah.
After Calvin's almost win at the Timmel this year, he has just moved up to the MPO division.
He was the only 2 of the day on that hole.
So here we got hole 4. Hole 4 is a pretty straightforward shot up the middle between a bunch of tree gaps, and then it goes downhill, and you've got a pretty wide open shot at a basket on a hill. And then this hole was sponsored by Jeff and Kara at Chainlink Disc Golf.
Nice.
They have put in more than 50% of the courses in Toronto.
That is a good point. Calvin has a massive forehand. I don't know if he was trying to go over those trees.
The tee pad is also a little wet.
Just a little bit. You kind of expect that in the winter, so control your footing.
Pat with a unique shot.
Yeah, plays the roller down the hill. Interesting play. He's gonna have a wide open second shot. I don't know. It might be hard to get to the basket from there, but that whole area down there is wide open.
Can do a big hyzer.
Yeah.
See if Nahan can make it.
It's a tough gap to hit from here. It's really small. So the camera never really shows you how small the gaps are, but trust me, it's hard.
Nahan playing a nice Annie, and it looks like he has peered the gap with a nice fade. He should have a nice looking shot at the basket.
Yeah, a little short, but that's totally fine on this hole. And no one here. There's not going to be very many 2s on this hole in this round. That is a far basket, 420 feet.
Gavin with a little forehand.
It's been a couple of. That's a 3rd forehand in a row from Gavin, he's ripped over or turned over.
It's too strong.
Too strong. Must be tough.
So Pat has a pretty nice looking shot at the basket from there. It looks like he is just outside of circle 1.
Yeah, I think he may have just come up on one of those flags, so you're quite right, just on the circle's edge.
Calvin looks like he's going to blast a zone at it.
Oh.
Flattened out nice. And yeah, he's got a tap in.
Very good at those tap-ins.
Gavin's right at this little gap. Sometimes you can get lucky and hit it off the tee with a bad shot, but
that gap wasn't there a few years ago. Wear and tear has made it viable.
And it looks like he's hit early.
I like Gavin's shirt. Look at that thing. It's always got such amazing clothing. Oh, I thought he put that in.
That wasn't looking like it was on its way.
Team Dunby.
Team Dunby with the big putt. Come on. Ooh.
Oh, no.
That's not ideal.
Not ideal at all.
I think he's still inside, though.
When Nahan's circle 2 putting is on, he doesn't miss very much, so we'll see how it works out today. Oof.
Guess he wasn't inside unless he foot faulted, but
you gotta assume that they're paying attention.
And then it looks like Pat is also just outside.
Yeah, keeping his foot, not flipping his disc so he could get that jump putt, which it doesn't look like he's gonna take.
I don't think he's gonna do it. But
No. By flipping his disc, of course, I mean marking it.
Yes. Flipping is not allowed in the PDGA.
It's true. Playing too much casual lately. Oh, Nahan with a long comeback putt.
Huge putt.
I'm sure he didn't want that roll away. He was right there. The tap in 4 or 3. And then obviously rolled away and had to take the 4.
Pat's lining it up, and no doubt it went in.
Yes, indeed. Card not playing this hole all that well. We're having having some trouble early on in the trees, and that's what happens on this hole. If you just get off your line a little bit, it's hard to scavenge or scavenge. Scavenge works. Let's go with scavenge.
You just got to make it to the second fairway.
Yeah. Calvin with the only 3 of our card on the feature card here.
So now we're on to hole 5. So hole 5 is one of the holes that is a big separation between the short and the long tee pad. You've got a very big dog leg left over a whole bunch of trees to a basket protected behind a willow on a hill.
Sorry, is it sponsored by somebody?
Hole 5 is sponsored by Thomas Gilbert.
I know that guy.
He was doing some lessons at Centennial the week before the Gaga, and he graciously gave me a stack of FX2s that he signed.
Wow. What a nice guy. Well, I remember he was a big sponsor in 2019, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wanted to get it boosted up to a beach here, win it, and then get his bonus Minerva. He came close.
That's what you're going to say?
He came close.
He came close. Sometimes you can get, like, if you really want to be aggressive, you could put a roller down here that can get you all the way past those trees.
Or you can blast a big Annie over the first one.
Yeah.
But
if you want to be even more crazy, yeah.
If that goes haywire, you're in big trouble.
Yeah. This is...
So it looks like Gavin might be planning something.
Is this a tomahawk? It looks like he's forehanding it, but... Oh,
forehand roller.
That is turned over fast.
It's going. So that's the area that you might not want to be in.
Yeah. Gavin's not going to like it in there. Hopefully he got held up on the edge and it's just another forehand to the basket.
The good thing about this hole is you get a good chance to run it on the second shot because it's protected by the hill.
It's true. You could really... offers up a lot of opportunity to throw it in for a 2, but I don't think I've ever seen it from a throw-in.
No. But it's fun to do.
Yeah, it's fun to think you can do it, that's for sure.
Nahan blasts it, just have it a little low.
Yeah,
so it looks like Gavin's in a bit of trouble.
Standstill tomahawk over the trees. Oh, where is he going?
Looks like he might have hit that big tree. This is Pat's third shot, I believe.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be over left. Those trees are so thick.
Little short, but he should have a
I think
10-15 at it.
Yeah, that's almost automatic. If you're missing that, you're kicking yourself. Hopefully I didn't just jinx him. Sorry, Pat.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. Gavin getting himself into another tree.
Lining up another forehand.
I always found it hard throwing forehands in the cold weather.
Yep.
It's hard to get your everything moving at the same time. Hard to get a good grip. So,
was this Calvin's second shot?
Her
third shot.
No, I think that was his. Was that not his drive?
If it was, it's a very good shot.
That was huge.
Yeah, that's
How
spectacular.
Did I miss
that? Yeah. Too busy talking about Gilbert.
It's very true. He's that out a little wide. That was a pretty routine upshot and. Got away from him. Maybe the wind took it a bit.
One of the dangers with throwing a roller on this hole is you might end up deep in that tube.
Have you ever seen it?
I have. I've seen people crawl in, sticks in.
Oh, wow. I think the farthest I've seen is about 2 feet, so nothing farther than that, luckily. Nahan from 20.
Nice putt.
There you go. Drops it right in the basket there. Mr. Metz.
Looks like the wind has calmed down in the valley. Ooh.
Oh no! Did
I jinx him?
Oh no, Patrick! I'm sorry. Wow, I did not know that was gonna happen, and I feel bad, but at the same time,
it's okay, Pat. Sure we empathize. We empathize with you.
Yes, for sure.
I can say I've missed a lot shorter. Gavin finishing up this hole. Probably happy to get it done.
Were you still following them at this point?
No, I lasted till hole 3.
Yeah, and then the snow and the wind was enough for you to...
I was just kind of managing hole 1 in the ghost hole.
Yes.
It's a good place to stop and hang out with Kevin.
That's the bonus of the ghost hole at the L.A.D.Y.G.A.G.A.
And then Calvin with the easy tap-in.
Tap-in birdie, too. It's a par 4 from the long tees on hole 5.
This is another par 4 that we have from the long tees. So this is hole 6. It is a shot that carries over what is usually a pond. It's currently just a mud pit. All of the long grass and mud on the pond is OB. It's flagged off. And we've got a big willow stump on the other side that's usually the landing zone.
The basket, if you look over Calvin's right shoulder, is
by that guy walking.
By that way out there. But the play is the highs are way left. Keep yourself really in bounds. And then play a second hyzer into the basket or turn over or forehand, whatever you have. You just don't want to leave yourself short and have to re-tee.
Yeah, for Gaga, we had it as drop zone short tee if you went OB off the longs.
Okay, that's definitely gracious of you.
Yes. Late autumn disc golf and gracious activities.
Gracious activities now. The acronym is changing. That looks
I'm keeping it low, but it looks fine.
Yeah, that's actually fantastic.
That was a big slap. And we got Mark Patrick out there by kind of half co-TD who...
Oh. Awesome.
Is spotting all day on 6.
What a nice guy.
Also Team Edge. And he was the winner of Timmel. I'm assuming that means Calvin? It's safe. He was the one who beat Calvin in a playoff on hole 4 at Timmel.
Good for him. Oh, I'm curious because Gavin, if his forehand was feeling, I think he could get all the way across with a forehand, but that's so risky.
Yeah, there's a lot of wind going on too.
Oh, well, I don't see any wind. Nice green disc for inbounds, I guess.
So it looks like they all made it.
Is he going tomahawk second shot? Can't tell if it looks like a tomahawk. Yep. I think he only throws tomahawks. Doesn't throw thumbers. That looks... Ooh.
Hard to say.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Not ideal.
Yeah, Mark giving him the red.
So he'll play from where it went out.
Mark looked awfully happy about that. Gavin, I think you got to talk to him.
Pat playing a nice hyzer over, and he looks under the basket.
You think that's under the basket? Yeah, it's hard to say from this angle. Hopefully.
There is the willow stump that I like to aim for. So when the new course went in, this was a full willow, so this was even harder of a hole.
A full willow. It's one of the biggest willows I've ever seen.
Yeah. And then just through the ice storms, wind storms that we've experienced.
Turned over. I think it's good. Really high, luckily.
Mark's got it. Looks like it's in the water.
Oh, yeah. The would
be
water? Yeah. I was actually out there today and walked out pretty far before the mud got me.
Yeah. Gavin,
I think he just
looked like he went OB and bounced back in.
I think he just got saved by the tree.
So this is Nahan's shot from the OB. This looks like it'll be safe on the land side. Looks like it's good. Calvin with a circle 2 putt.
Ooh.
Coming down.
Wow, that was
It's like he kissed the basket.
Yeah, that looked to me like it was way too high, but he feathered that in there nicely.
Pat Metz laying it up.
But he didn't. That was first 3, right? So he's tapping it a 4.
Yeah,
it's a par 4. That's respectable.
Picking up strokes on the card for sure.
Oh no, who was that? I couldn't see.
Nahan, I think.
Nahan from the bushes. Yeah. Let's go, Gavin. Show him how it's done.
Nice putt from the knee. Looks like one of the players' pack hats has made it to the top of the basket.
Oh, really? Is that what that is?
It's a Margaritaville University toque.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, showing everybody the sponsors. That's nice. This hole was playing particularly difficult today, finishing in at 4.93 average. More bogey strokes than birdie strokes for sure. But that's almost a full stroke over par.
That's a full stroke. Yeah, it's almost a par 5.
No one in their right mind would call this a par 5. I think this is the wind.
The cold,
OB.
yeah.
It's just tough.
So this is hole 7. Hole 7 also plays from the longs over the same pond. Same thing, the long grass and water is OB. And it plays to this elevated basket that is about 6 feet high. And on the other side of the fairway, it's got path, which is OB. This hole is sponsored by Top Link Disc Golf. And in the afternoon, it was the $2,000 Top Link Ace hole. Oof. So Pat looks a little low on this one.
Yeah, that's almost certainly.
That is not in bounds.
At least you're getting that one back.
Yep.
It's not far. Were you generous to give people the drop zone from the short tees if you this one?
So hole 7, OB off the tee is proceed to short tee pad.
Okay.
Half me being nice, half me being pace of play because I don't want the event to go until midnight.
Everyone brings their glowy discs. Everybody will be okay. Although it's getting dark at like 5:30.
Yeah, we'll enact slow snow play.
Ooh, Nahan doesn't like it, but it's going to be safe.
Yeah, there's no issue being...
Actually, he may have liked that. That may have been what he was playing for.
He's hiding his emotions.
Yeah. That tough exterior of Nahan is hard to break. Ooh, that is crushed.
This is looking nice.
Come on, get up there. Whoa.
That looks parked.
No, it's rolling. Where are you going? Okay, so Pat goes to the short tee. Because he did not come in bounds at all. From the short tee, it's about 280, I think.
Yeah, 285.
285, dead straight. Again, OB left, OB right. It's a great shot.
I know that off the top of my head because the Top Link Ace hole was very specific about how long the holes needed to be.
Okay.
Calvin at the drop zone. Look, it's hard to say where that's going to be landing, but if he's not teeing off again, I'm guessing he's in.
That's a good point. How astute.
So this is Nahan's second shot.
Just playing the hole for a 3, but that gets away from him.
That's a big skip. It looks like it's outside. It might be OB.
Let's hope not, because that would be unfortunate.
Pat playing it safe, doing Pat things.
Just dropping it up. I'm curious how close Gavin is.
Nahan also being intelligent.
Yeah, that's unfortunate with that.
And is this Gavin's drive?
This is Gavin's drive. 420 feet, went 15 feet long with a forehand. And he gets the... Oh!
Still picking up strokes on the field with that.
You're getting a 3, you're doing great. Kind of looks like Calvin's growing a mustache.
Yeah, Movember. And it looks like there's a disc on top of this basket. Last things at Centennial tend to end up on top of the basket. Or in my backyard, one of the two places.
Stash.
Nahan with the cool putt.
I'm never courageous enough to do that. If I mess that up, I would feel awful.
Yes, I would not do that. I would stand there, I would line it up, I would do my normal putt, and everybody would yell at me for wasting time.
Yeah. That basket used to be another 2 feet higher.
Yeah, they shaved them down a bit. There's an elevated basket on this and hole 15. So this is hole 8. That's the hole 8 short tee. You can see just ahead, it's just a very straightforward kind of Anheuser straight shot, but there's a line of skinny trees in the middle that somehow I always end up hitting. If you go left, you end up deep in the bush, and if you go right, you end up OB on the path. So, got a big tomahawk that looks...
Oh, he's getting these unfortunate rollaways as soon as he gets near the basket. Like, it's still
going, yeah.
Is there any sponsors for
Looks
this
like
hole?
It's still going. This is on the Canadian Disc Golf Productions hole.
There we go.
So I'd tell you to go watch a Canadian Disc Golf Productions video, but I'm assuming you are currently watching one.
Yes.
So
how about you go watch another one? Or like and subscribe to help out Wally and the...
Show your respect to Wally and channel by
yes,
smashing that like button, as they say.
As they say, indeed.
So a couple of decent shots so far. Nahan lining up a backhand.
Yeah, they're all just kind of... It's so hard. If you get coming down this hill with any kind of speed, it just slides all the way to the bottom, leaving yourself a 25-footer. And then this is pushing the OB long, but hey.
That's an excellent shot.
That is
Should
fantastic. Indeed.
You notice that water bucket on the side? Pat McCauley brought that. He is from Peace Bridge Disc Golf, and he supported this event significantly, including surprising me with some trophies on the day of the event.
Wow, look at that. Right through. He brought trophies?
He brought Lady Gaga tags.
No way.
With Lady Gaga's face on them.
That's amazing.
Don't tell Universal Media.
What? That's a tough one. A little step putt from just outside circle, goes just high. Gavin putting straight the camera, focus up.
Tough time in the putting circle today.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Metz lining a nice one up. And having a Kevin-style meltdown on that one.
The infamous.
Oh man.
No, Calvin.
This is another one of those baskets, eh?
Oh. Wow, this has not been a display of putting on this hole. They've been doing pretty good so far, so let's hope this is just a blip. Blip in the old radars.
Excellent putt by Pat.
And here comes Nahan finally. After,
this is his tee shot, surprisingly.
Yeah, after watching all of that, this is what he has to walk up to. I thought he was going to go bag on.
Yeah, bag on with the driver.
Yeah, that'd be confidence.
Easy.
And also rub it in the face of your competitors.
So Nahan with the only two of the card, and I think a few other people, Duong and Micah.
Yeah.
Both scored the 2 on this one, so.
We would expect a few more.
Yep.
It's a relatively easy hole, but you know what? It gets tricky, as you can see.
So this is hole 9. Hole 9 is the final par 4 of the long layout. It's basically just a straightforward shot that finishes a little bit to the right. It's got some trees on the left side and some bushy area on the right side to a protected green. This hole was sponsored by Tri-Bonk Disc Dies. That's Peter Bonk. He is a local Centennial player who sells die discs.
Awesome. Love die discs.
And he donated a few to the event.
That's fantastic. I find this hole so difficult to reach. It almost becomes just... This is like the only mistake, well, as he gets corrected back to the left. Like, just don't put yourself in trouble. Throw it out, get left, pitch up, take your 3, because I don't really feel... Like, at a par 4...
With it playing as a par 4, you can basically go mid.
Yeah, except for Gavin and maybe Calvin.
Gavin's got
huge forehands. And...
That flattens out.
No, he threw that all the way to the other basket. Yep. So... If you don't think you have a 480-foot forehand,
play it safe.
Just throw it out there straight, have a go left, pitch it up, take your 3, take your birdie.
Pat going big hyzer.
Yeah, and then as long as he doesn't hit a tree, he just played that really safe because he hit a tree. Well,
you should be on the good side of it, though.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where there's no reason to push that basket from here. I'm sure I can say it right now when I'm sitting here, and as soon as I get on the tee pad, I'm like, I could reach that. But
Calvin with his nuke looks like it's staying pretty flat.
Caught a tree, fell down to the left. Everybody's out of position on this hole.
Yeah,
it's just not. It's not a gettable hole for the 2, and everyone just looked a little bit greedy, in my opinion.
Got to push it.
Yeah, it's the way you win MPO. Got to make things happen.
Big Annie, holding nice.
Hard to say.
It could have skidded under the bush, but...
Yeah, hard to say. I'm guessing 25, 30 feet short right, but I could be wrong.
Calvin with an unlucky break on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Pat did end up in the bush.
Yeah, it looks relatively wide open. Oh, okay.
It is relatively wide open.
I gotta stop talking during Pat's throws. I seem to not be helping him out a lot.
Huge skip.
That's a big skip.
Good ground play. He's in the circle for sure.
He's still rolling.
Yep. And this is Gavin's second shot, I believe.
Yeah, that was actually a really far drive, and he hit a tree.
I think he did a forehand wraith and blasted it.
I'm guessing 180 from the basket.
Should be happy with that one.
Yeah. Maybe not even 180.
This is Calvin shooting 3.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, a little long, but he should have a putt.
This is where we're saying Nahan came to just inside circle. You can see the flag behind him.
Nice putt.
Ooh, great putt from Nahan. Patrick
Pat with the
4.
low putt, making it. Yep.
Still a par. Another one you really want the 3-ons. One place you're going to get strokes on a lot of the, or you're going to maintain strokes, I should say. Beauty.
Excellent putt by Calvin.
That's it. Okay, that's it. So we got 2 3s and 2 4s, I think.
Yep.
That's not bad. Keeping the score average on the card relatively mild. Okay, that was the front 9 of the. Do you want to do it? It's hard for me to say it.
Of the late autumn disc, yes, golf and glorious activities.
There we go. That's what we have.
We got Calvin leading the card with a +1, followed by Nahan at 2, Gavin at 3, and then Pat almost got the 1, 2, 3, 4 with a 5.
Yes.
The front 9 is definitely the longer and more arduous of the 2 9s, so hopefully on the back 9 we get some good action.
Absolutely. I think the wind's probably going to pick up, if I'm not mistaken, and
It got colder throughout the day somehow.
yeah, of course it did.
At least the ducks are having a good time.
Yeah, they're loving it. Saw them breaking the ice to get food today. They're nuts. All right, well, thanks for coming. We'll see you on the back 9.